Hey guys, Queen T here. Today I'm going to showcase a tunnel bore I have made leveraging the Quark mod. I'm going to be using it in this Vault Hunters beta that is currently live on Iscal's servers. So let's jump into it. I have two versions here. This is a more recent one I've made. Essentially, we're going to push these iron rods forward through the netherrack ceiling, and we are going to use this flying machine engine here in the center. And we're going to pull along a system to build a road as we go using the movable tile entities and the fact that dispensers place blocks using Quark. In my inventory here, we have what we'll need to complete this build. We'll have 48 green slime, 13 red slime, 10 blue slime, 16 sticky pistons, 17 observers, 12 dispensers, 10 shroom lights, which are technically optional, 45 iron rods, a detector rail, a normal rail, a minecart, and a fence, and you're going to want some temporary blocks along with you for the fun. I've made a centering marks with some lanterns. I'm just going to come out here. And I like to build this just a bit off the wall so I have some space to work. You are going to need to dig out an area to build this. But we're going to start with our green slime coming off the center, 2 blocks in either direction. Next to that, we're going to need a layer of blue slime on either side. And then outside of that, we're going to want 2 slime blocks on the bottom, 2 red slime blocks on the bottom, and 3 green ones on the top. After that, we're going to want to come behind this and start placing in some temporary blocks around that we can place our iron rods against. These iron rods will essentially act as our drill bits to work through the nether. The nice thing about this is it doesn't require any research to be spent, so it is completely leveraging Quark. So if you're on a server that is running Quark, you'll be able to use this as well. We're going to come in and we're going to place the iron rods as the drill head. And this will be essentially the first part of this flying machine done. So we can break away our temporary blocks now. We're going to want to come right where the green and red slime meet. We're going to want to come back 1, 2, 3 with our temporary block, and then across the top we're going to place 5 green slime. However, I am 1 block too forward, so come back to where that temporary block was, place 5 green slime across, directly below that another 5 red slime across the bottom. And on this we're going to put sticky pistons, 2 on either side, and then through the middle we'll do a bit of a W shape and make this shape with the pistons. We will come back here and we'll place 2 more temporary blocks here, and then we can come in and place our observers for the top pistons. This observer will also power these 2. And then we'll come down, place another temporary block on the bottom of this piece, and observers on either side facing into the red slime. Now we can come back and we can place another 2 temporary blocks here, and start with a green slime L. So we're going to want to make a shape like this. We're going to place 2 sticky pistons facing the forward of the machine like this, and then come in with an observer and place 1 observer here and another observer here. So we're going to place a sticky piston below this observer, and we're going to come next to this sticky piston and create another L off that sticky piston, and get another sticky piston facing right into here. Now we can come below this and we're going to want to place a temporary block out to the side like this. Just going to break that piston and replace it because we do need our observer facing into the bottom of that slime block. We'll place our sticky piston here and another one on the back here. Take our fence, we'll place this here, and get our rails, and our detector rail goes next to the piston with the normal rail behind. This is what's going to allow you to control the flying machine using your minecart. Now we don't want to place the minecart yet, but it will go onto this detector rail when we are ready. With our flying machine engine complete, we can come in and begin with the road building extensions off the back. We will start with a rail of slime coming across 5 wide, centered on that piston, 2 slime blocks on the sides below, and dispensers facing to the middle off of either of these. A temporary block in the middle allows us to place observers to power those dispensers, and one last piston to pull the next extension along with the machine. Slime block formation as such off the back of that piston, and 2 more pistons like this along with a temporary block allows us to place the next observer. A dispenser below will place our ice path as the machine moves forward. A 2x3 formation of slime will support our next dispenser array. We need 1 observer in the front of the array here to power 3 of the dispensers, one of which will go directly down, the next will face outwards, and the other will face into the middle. We will also need 1 facing out to the rear here, and an observer on the top of this extension to power that last dispenser. For the matching dispenser array on the other side, we'll only need 5 slime blocks, and we can replace that 6th one with a shroom light for a little bit of light. We're going to come in and we're going to place an observer in a similar position, mirrored to the other side. 1 dispenser facing down, this one can face to the rear, and this last one will also face to the outside. And then we will need 1 more observer actually facing in from the outside as such, and a piston on top that will pull our next extension along with us. This last and final extension will be a long bottomed L, 5 wide, with 1 block to connect to the piston. And then we can come in below and place 2 dispensers facing down on either corner. A temporary block in the middle will allow us to again place observers facing into those dispensers. We can break away our temporary block and place 2 more shroom lights. And our machine is more or less complete. There are a few more shroom lights we can add just to keep things nice and lit up on each of these extensions, and 1 more on the engine, and we are more or less ready to rock and roll. So we will come through and look at these dispensers. These dispensers will be the blocks that will fill in next to your roadway. So I prefer to use some stairs for these ones. The next one will be packed ice for our boat path. This middle one right here. Moving down, we will need to button that ice to make sure nothing can spawn on that ice. I like to use polished blackstone, it just looks pretty good on top of the ice. So we'll fill in this. And then next we'll need some railings for our walkway, which can be red stained glass. And we will need the same in this dispenser over here. Moving on to the next one, we will want to put soul soil into this one. You could use soul sand if you have a lot. However, soul soil will not penalize your movement if you're not using soul speed boots, which is why I prefer to use it in nether paths. So we'll fill in these 2 on the side with the soul soil. And this one is going to be another stair. Now this is the bottom block of our wall, and the reason I'm using a stair here is because we won't be building the walls on our server immediately, so at least these stairs, these stairs will look like a full block once a wall is placed, but before a wall is placed, they will provide spawn proofing, which is important for us. So the final block is going to be a slab here that will allow us to leverage the soul soil, but also hide it. So I'm just gonna grab a quick slab out of the creative inventory here, dupe it, and then we can fill this in with slabs. Of course, these blocks can be anything you want. I would suggest not using anything that is flammable. May not survive in the nether, and you might come back one day to find your path destroyed. So once you're all loaded up, you're ready for your first run, you can come in, you can stick your minecart here, jump into the minecart, back out, and we will move forward. So this is another one that I have built earlier. It is a slightly different design, but the function is identical. We'll just have to come in here and grab some packed ice. Now this isn't actually necessary, as the button dispenser will actually write itself if the packed ice isn't there, but I like to just give it some packed ice to start on, and just place in the 3 from the dispenser to the button dispenser, and then we can come in and we can jump in, move our cart back, and the machine is going to start. I'm just going to jump out so we can come and watch this. And we can watch this coming along, building the road behind it. And it's now going to hit our test substrate. I would suggest giving this, either having somebody run behind you to pick up this netherrack and box it up if you want to save it, or giving a few minutes before runs so you can allow all of these entities to despawn and not lag the hell out of your server. As we watch this come along, the flying machine engine is pushing the drill face forward, digging out our tunnel. Slime machines come along behind and place in all of our elements of our road. And we can see behind us that we have a fully formed nether road being built behind the machine. As it breaks the surface, we can just fly in here, jump back in our minecart, move forward, and stop the machine. You could stop the machine to allow you to refill, and hopefully you catch it before you've gone too far without refilling. And there you have it. Thank you all for joining me on this showcase of my Quark tunnel borer. I hope you all enjoyed. Please click that like and subscribe button. I appreciate it, and I'll see you next time.